Breaker of this world's chain, we adore thee, whom all men love, spotless, taking man's form. O purifier, thou art above the gunas three, knowledge divine, not flesh. Thou whom the cosmos wears, a diamond at its heart. Let us look deep in thine eyes. They are bright with the wisdom of God, that can wake us from Maya's spell. Let us hold fast to thy feet, treading the ways of the world to safety. O drunk with love, God drunken lover, in thee all paths of all yogas meet. Lord of the worlds, thou art ours, who wert born a child of our times, easy of access to us. O merciful, if we take any hold upon God in our prayer, it is by thy grace alone, since all thine austerities were practiced for our sake. How great was thy sacrifice, freely choosing thy birth in this prison, our iron age, to unchain us and set us free. Perfect, whom lust could not taint, nor passion nor gold draw near. O Master of all who renounce, fill our hearts full of love for thee. Thou hast finished with fear and with doubt, standing firm in the vision of God, refuge to all who have cast fame, fortune, and friends away. Without question thou shelterest us, and the world's great sea in its wrath seems shrunk to the puddle that fills the hoofprint in the clay. Speech cannot hold thee, nor mind, yet without thee we think
Om Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharmasvarupine avatara varisthaya Ramakrishnaya te namaha. Matruvat sarvabhuteshu prema vatsalya vigraham ahetukam prashantancha premanandam namamyaham. It is a common experience. We see that the children, somehow they resemble their parents, either father or mother. Similarly, the disciples, they reflect some or other aspect of their teacher. So Sri Ramakrishna had 16 monastic disciples. Some of them, at least, they reflected one or other aspect of Sri Ramakrishna very prominently. And Swami Premananda, in his life, we see this unbounded love of Sri Ramakrishna that we see in Swami Premananda. Today is his sacred birthday, so we will briefly go through some of the incidents in his life story. Swami Premananda was born on December 10th, 1861 in a village called Antpur, which is not very far from Kolkata. His parents were of devout disposition. They were greatly devoted to the God. And this Premananda, his boyhood name was Baburam. Even from his childhood, he had a natural inclination towards spirituality. When he was 8 years old, his ideal was to live with another monk on the bank of a river in a hut which is shaded from the public view. So that was, he used to imagine himself living in such a hut with another monk away from the public gaze. That was the, and as a teenager, he used to mix with many ascetics, monks, and would spend long hours with them. And those monks also, they found this boy very attractive, and he was very pleasant to look at. This Premananda, even in his later years, we see he was very handsome. These ascetics were also attracted towards him, and he would spend a lot of time with them. Usually we see in the case of spiritual aspirants that their family ties or their academic pursuits, these things, they pose obstacles. But in the case of Premananda, very interestingly, these two things, this family ties and academic career, that paved way for his coming into contact with Sri Ramakrishna. So this Baburam had one sister, and she was married to Balaram Bose of Kolkata. So Balaram Bose, some of you may know, he was a very close disciple of Sri Ramakrishna. And Sri Ramakrishna visited his house in Kolkata many, many times. Some say 108 times he visited Balaram's house. So close he was. And Balaram's wife was Baburam's sister. So Balaram used to take his family to Sri Ramakrishna, and once he took his mother-in-law also. Mother-in-law means this Baburam's mother. Also to Sri Ramakrishna. And Baburam's mother was very much impressed by seeing such a saint as Sri Ramakrishna. And then Baburam, after finishing his school in the village Antpur, he came to Kolkata for studies. So he got enrolled in the Shampukur branch of Metropolitan Institution for his higher studies. And in that school, the headmaster was Mahendranath Gupta, that is the Yam, the chronicler of the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. And coincidentally, it so happened that Rakhal, who later became Swami Brahmananda, was also studying in the same school, in the same class as Baburam. So these two, Rakhal and Baburam, they were naturally attracted towards each other, and they became fast friends. And as years went by, their deep relationship became more and more strong. This Baburam had heard from his elder brother that there was one saint living in Dakshineshwar. He, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was a great saint or an incarnation of Bengal, 15th century or so. That like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he would also lose his consciousness while uttering the name of God. So he had heard from his elder brother, and also from his mother and his friend Rakhal. He had heard about Dakshineshwar and Sri Ramakrishna. So he was very curious to go and meet Sri Ramakrishna. So he and Rakhal, they decided that the next Saturday they will go. So they will go and meet Sri Ramakrishna. So on the Saturday evening, they started from Kolkata. On the way, they were joined by another young man. His name was Ramdayal. He was known to Sri Ramakrishna. He also joined them. So all the three went. So by the time they reached Dakshineshwar, it was evening, late in the evening. And when they reached Sri Ramakrishna's room, Sri Ramakrishna was not there. So he had gone to Kali temple. So Rakhal went and brought Sri Ramakrishna. So Sri Ramakrishna was intoxicated. He was not able to even walk properly. So Rakhal carefully brought him to the room. And after coming to the room, Sri Ramakrishna regained his normal consciousness. And then this Ramdayal introduced Baburam to Sri Ramakrishna. So he told him that he is so and so. And Sri Ramakrishna, oh, you are related to Balaram. Then you are related to me also, he said, Sri Ramakrishna. So, and then he said, okay, you come near, come to the light, I want to see your face. So he got Baburam, and in the faint light of this oil lamp, he scrutinized Baburam's face. And then he was satisfied, and then he carefully observed his arms and legs. Then he said, all right. And then he took his palm on his, and as if he is going to weigh that palm. So that also he did. So Sri Ramakrishna was very, very careful before accepting any disciple. He will, so just like some people say, if you take some gold ornament to a goldsmith, okay, the way he will observe the ornament before making any commitment. So like that, Sri Ramakrishna will observe his people. So he was satisfied with Baburam, and then he said, all right. Actually, they had come prepared to stay overnight at Dakshineshwar. So initially, Baburam was hesitant. So Rakhal asked him, will you like to stay? Then Baburam had idea that maybe that monk is living in a hut. So will there be accommodation for us? But Rakhal said, no, there will be accommodation, don't worry. Then he was worried about food. What will we eat at night? And Rakhal said, no, we will manage somehow. So anyhow, they had come, and Ram Dayal had brought food, and Sri Ramakrishna took very little, and rest he distributed among these three. They all ate, and he asked them to sleep in his room. But Rakhal said, all right, but these two, they said, no, we will sleep outside in the veranda. Now, this Sri Ramakrishna on that date was very anxious about Narendra, that is the future Vivekananda. So Narendra had not gone to Sri Ramakrishna for quite some time, and he told Ram Dayal, Sri Ramakrishna told Ram Dayal that, can you please ask Narendra to come and see me? He has not come here for quite a few days. So Ram Dayal said, yes, I will do it. Tomorrow itself, I'll ask him to go. And now, at night, when these two were sleeping outside, Baburam with Ram Dayal sleeping outside, Sri Ramakrishna came, and again he woke them up and told them, see, you please tell Narendra to come and see me again. Ramdev said, yes, I'll tell them, surely I'll tell them. You please don't be anxious, I'll tell him to come. So he went back, and after another hour, again he came, Sri Ramakrishna. See, he has not come here for a long time, you please tell him. So like this, it happened several times, and Baburam was very much surprised. Why he is so anxious for this Narendra? And how strange that young boy, he has not come and he has not come here to meet Sri Ramakrishna, who is so anxious to meet him. So like this, the whole night passed. And next day, when Baburam went to Sri Ramakrishna's room, Sri Ramakrishna was quite normal. He did not find that anxiety in his face. He was quite normal. And Sri Ramakrishna asked him to go and see the Panchavati. Panchavati, as you know, it is a grove situated little away from Sri Ramakrishna's room. And that was the place of his sadhana. He had done spiritual practices for several years in that place. It was a wooded area. So Baburam, he went there, and just as soon as he stepped in that place, he was startled, because in his boyhood days, he had seen in his vision, in his imagination, a similar picture. The trees, the Ganga, everything resembled so much with his imagination. The place seemed very much familiar to him, what we call deja vu feeling. So he was overcome with such a feeling. And then he returned to Sri Ramakrishna. He did not say anything, but Sri Ramakrishna asked, did you like the place? He said, yes, I liked the place. Then Sri Ramakrishna asked him, okay, you come again. So Baburam, with the very first meeting, he was very much attracted to Sri Ramakrishna. And next Sunday, he again went to Sri Ramakrishna. So Sri Ramakrishna was happy to see him, and said, see, many more young boys have come. They are all having a picnic in Panchavati, and Narendra also is there. So you go and speak to Narendra. So Baburam went, and there he found many people, and Narendra was also talking to them. And Rakhal introduced Baburam to Narendra. And just seeing Narendra, Baburam was so much impressed. And Narendra, he also sang a song there. And Baburam, he said, oh, how he thought, how versatile is this young boy. So from then on, he became a close follower, a close friend of Narendra as well. So Sri Ramakrishna, how he was careful to forge that relationship among his disciples, that we see. So Baburam continued his association with Sri Ramakrishna. He used to visit him off and on. And very soon he realized that, yes, my relationship with Sri Ramakrishna is not of this is not of this birth alone. So I have been associated with him for time immemorial, and in him is the realization of all my ideals. Whatever he had held great in his life, all such qualities, they found expression in Sri Ramakrishna. So Baburam was very much attached to Sri Ramakrishna, very much attracted, and he used to spend a lot of time with him. Actually, when Baburam came to Sri Ramakrishna, he was just 20 years old, and he looked much younger and handsome, and his character was untouched by any blemish. Baburam's, and till the very end he retained this childlike innocence in his character. And another important aspect is his absolute purity, Swami Premananda's absolute purity. And Sri Ramakrishna, in one of his vision, he had seen Baburam as a goddess with a necklace. Okay, so Sri Ramakrishna had seen such a vision, and that had given him an inkling to the nature of Baburam. And Sri Ramakrishna, he used to say that Baburam is pure to his very marrow. Okay, Baburam is pure to his very marrow, and no impure thought can never cross his mind and body. So that Sri Ramakrishna said, he was so pure. And later, I think it was Raja Maharaj, he remarked that Baburam is so pure that in whatever direction he looks at, the whole thing becomes pure. So such was his purity. And because Baburam was of such pure character, he was found a fit attendant for Sri Ramakrishna. So when Sri Ramakrishna was in different moods, as you know, most of the time he used to be in ecstasies, and during those times he could not bear the touch of anyone and everyone. So only a few people could touch him at that time. Even otherwise he could not bear touch, but especially during ecstasies one had to be very careful. So this Rakhal and Latu, that is Swami Adbhutananda, they used to attend on him. And now Rakhal had gone away, I think, to Vrindavan. So there was a need for someone else to take his place. So Sri Ramakrishna asked Baburam to stay with him. Baburam said yes, and he used to stay with him off and on, but he did not stay permanently because he thought that would create trouble in the family. So off and on he used to come and stay. And because of his association with Sri Ramakrishna and his spiritual inclination, the studies became insipid. He lost all interest in his academic pursuits, and he failed in the entrance examination. So when Sri Ramakrishna heard about this, he said, "All right, it's good. So you are free from one bondage." So he did not pursue his education later. And during that time, Baburam's mother, she came to Sri Ramakrishna one day. And Sri Ramakrishna asked her to let her son Baburam to stay with him. And she was very happy. She was also a very devoted lady, so she was very happy. She said yes, but she asked two boons from Sri Ramakrishna, that she should have devotion to Lord, one. And the second boon is that she should not suffer from the bereavement of her sons, that she should outlive all her sons. That was and Sri Ramakrishna I granted both, said yes. So many years later, when Baburam Maharaj became very sick and many doubted whether he will make through this illness, Baburam said, don't worry, my mother is still alive, so I am not going to die. So that's how it is. And Sri Ramakrishna loved Baburam so much. And in later years, the young novices, other monks and devotees, they also received so much love from Swami Premananda. But Swami Premananda would say, do you think I love you? No, we don't bear even 100th of love that we received from Sri Ramakrishna. His love was so intense. And Baburam Maharaj would say that many times it would so happen that I would be fanning him at night and I would fall asleep. And Sri Ramakrishna would take me inside his mosquito curtain and make me sleep on his bed. Okay, and Baburam would protest. He would say, no, it would be sacrilegious to for me to lie on your bed. Sri Ramakrishna said, no, don't worry, that's all right. You lie down here, and when necessary, I will wake you up. And Sri Ramakrishna would feed him with his own hands. He would bring sweets from Dakshineshwar to Kolkata and call Prema Baburam and feed him. And also, sometimes he would even cry just like a child if he did not see Baburam for some time. So, such was the great love Sri Ramakrishna had for Baburam. And when Sri Ramakrishna became sick and moved to Kashipur, Baburam, along with other young disciples, he served Sri Ramakrishna. And after the passing away of Sri Ramakrishna, he joined the monastery. And all these disciples, they all went to Anandpur, and that famous incident on the Christmas Eve, it happened in Anandpur, which is the birthplace of Swami Premananda. And soon after returning from there, they all took monastic vows and assumed new names. And Swami Vivekananda, he gave the name Swami Premananda to Baburam. So why? Because Vivekananda had heard from Sri Ramakrishna that this Baburam is a partial incarnation of Radha, Sri Radha, who is the love, who is the very embodiment of love. So Baburam was a partial incarnation of Radha. So Vivekananda, he thought that the name Premananda would be appropriate for Baburam. That's how he got the name Premananda. Then in 1897, after Swami Vivekananda returned from the West to India and organized the work and they organized the monastery, at that time he sent Swami Ramakrishnananda to Madras for preaching work there. So long Swami Ramakrishnananda was doing the daily worship at the mutt. So now, after his going to South India, Swami Premananda took his place. So from then on, the service of Sri Ramakrishna was carried on by Swami Premananda. And after Swamiji's passing away, Swami Vivekananda passed away in 1902, then a new chapter opened in the life of Swami Premananda. So until then, he was he was mostly hidden from the public gaze, Swami Premananda, and nobody would notice anything great or special in him. But now he had to shoulder the entire responsibility of the monastery, the main monastery, which had then moved to Belur. So Swami Brahmananda was the president, but most of the time he would be traveling in different parts of India. He will be visiting different centers, Puri, Bhubaneswar, or South India. So the responsibility of looking after the mutt of the main monastery fell upon the shoulders of Swami Premananda. And that included, apart from the daily worship, he had to manage the household, the chores of the monastery, and then training of young novices, and then receiving guests, devotees, and giving them spiritual instruction. All this work he had to perform, and he did it with such dedication and with such attitude that it was very evident to everybody that this service, what he was doing, was nothing less than the worship. So for him, especially the service of devotees, so the devotees used to flock in large numbers to Belur Mutt, and he would serve them as if he was serving Sri Ramakrishna. So, and with so much of love. Whenever the devotees come, so he was very particular that they should not leave the monastery without partaking the prasad, so the consecrated food. So it was his firm conviction that whoever takes prasad, someday or the other, the seed of devotion will sprout in them. So that was his conviction. So even sometimes it would so happen that devotees would come at odd hours, but still Swami Premananda would take the trouble of, even if necessary, he would cook fresh and serve the devotees. So that was his greatness. And apart from serving prasad, he would also give them spiritual instructions. Though he was very busy, he would find time to instill devotion in their minds. And in 1910, he went to Amarnath, the cave temple, the cave in Himalayas. And after his return from there, he toured different parts of Bengal, preaching the message of Sri Ramakrishna, especially the East Bengal, the present day Bangladesh. He did a lot of work, preaching work in East Bengal. There, it's very beautiful to read the incidents that happened. So the whole village would come to listen to him. See, he was not an orator in the true sense, but he spoke with such conviction, with such power, that people would flock to him to listen to his inspiring words. And when even the not only Hindus, even Muslims, they would come and they would think that he is one of their own peer, that is one of their religious leader. And he did lot of work in the Bangladesh. And then, because of his tours, constant tours and travels, that affected his health. And then he came down with Kala Azar, that is black fever. And then, despite treatment, he passed away on July 30th, 1918. So, but even in the last days, his mind was very, very clear. He was repeating the name of the Lord. So I said that when he was the in charge of the Belur Mutt monastery, he was also taking care of the novices. So taking care of young monks is a very, very tough job. One needs to have a lot of patience above anything else. So Swami Premananda, in several of his letters, he wrote some beautiful words. So I will conclude with these words of Swami Premananda, which he wrote to many of his young monks. So Swami Premananda writes, "This lesson I have learned at the feet of the Master. When the boys do any wrong, I reason and find that they are not at fault. Whatever fault there is, it is mine. I do not harbor the idea that I am good. I have come to learn. There is no end to learning. May the Master give us right understanding. This is my prayer. By observing the faults of others, we are gradually infected by them. We have not come to look at the faults of others and to correct them, but it is only to learn that we are here. Lord, thou art everything. Whom should I scold? Everything is He. There is only a difference in the quantity of dust that covers the gold." See, such was his great vision. So today is his sacred birthday. So let us pray to Sri Ramakrishna and his favorite disciple Swami Premananda to shower their blessings on all of us. Thank you. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.